Bills Mafia, what is going on? Listen, you already know this team is doing everything they can this offseason to level up. From the front office to the locker room, the Buffalo Bills are looking to tighten things up and make 2025 the year we finally break through that ceiling and get to the big one, the Super Bowl. But we got to talk about something that's been on everyone's mind. James Cook. Yeah, it's getting real. His contract situation is heating up, and there's some smoke coming from one Bills drive. So stick with me. We're breaking it all down in this video. The latest insider scoop, what Cook's future looks like in Buffalo, and how it all ties into the 2025 NFL Draft. But hey, before we dive in, show some love for your squad and smash that like button. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single Bills update all off season long. All right, let's go. So here's the deal. Bills fans, James Cook just had an absolute monster of a season. I mean, let's not sugarcoat it. The man led the entire league with 16 rushing touchdowns in 2024. That's tied with guys like Derrick Henry and Jahmyr Gibbs. And oh yeah, he dropped 1,009 rushing yards and was a constant red zone threat. But here's where it gets tricky. Cook is heading into the final year of his rookie contract. He is due $5.3 million in 2025. And let's be honest, that's a bargain for what he's doing on the field. He knows it. His agents know it. And the Bills front office? Yeah, they're feeling the heat. Now here's the twist. Cook's already put his house up for sale and hit pause on contract talks. That's not nothing. That's a move. But according to NFL insider Ian Rappaport, Cook still plans to play for the Bills this year. So despite the tension, he's not pulling a holdout. That's huge. Let's look at this from both sides real quick. James Cook didn't exactly light it up in his rookie year. He played more of a supporting role behind Devin Singletary. But then 2023 happened, and boom! Cook exploded onto the scene as the full-time starter. He went from 500 yards and a handful of scores to one of the most productive backs in the league. In 2024, he quadrupled his career touchdown total and became Josh Allen's best friend in the run game. He was also a threat catching passes out of the backfield, giving this offense the kind of balance we've been craving. And don't forget the playoffs. He averaged over 90 yards per game in the first 2 rounds before the team. And this is where it gets frustrating. Decided not to feed him the rock in the AFC Championship game against Kansas City. That decision still stings, and maybe Cook feels the same way. General Manager Brandon Beane had this to say recently about Cook. I love James. Proud of his success. It didn't lead to anything in terms of closing in on a deal, so we moved on to the guys that we're on the same page with. At this point, we're on to the draft. That's a bit of a mic drop moment. Translation? Cook wants a bigger deal right now, and the Bills aren't ready to budge. Beane is playing the long game. He hinted talks could resume after the NFL draft, which kicks off April 24th. So here's the big question. Are the Bills just playing hardball and waiting for the right cap moment? Or is this a sign they might let Cook walk in 2026? All right, Bills Mafia, here's where things get even more interesting. With 10 picks in the 2025 NFL Draft, including 3 in the top 64, the Bills have serious ammo. And according to ESPN's Phil Yates, Buffalo could be targeting 2 key areas. Cornerback, with Kaiir Elam gone and Rasul Douglas still unsigned. This is a need. Brandon Beane himself said it's a spot they're watching closely. Defensive. Line, you can never have too many game records up front. But don't sleep on wide receiver. Josh Allen put up over 3,700 yards and 28 touchdowns last season. But let's be honest, he could use more firepower. And if the Bills take a running back in the mid-rounds, that could signal they're preparing for a post-Cook future. But again, nothing is certain. Not yet. If, and this is a big if, the Bills don't extend Cook, who steps up next? Ty Johnson? Solid. Latavius Murray? Likely gone. Damian Harris? Unreliable. The truth is there's no one on the roster right now who brings the burst, agility, and scoring punch that Cook does. And that's what makes this situation so risky. You've got a back entering his prime, who's just now hitting his stride, and you might let him walk. But again, maybe Beane's just buying time. Maybe the plan is to re-sign Cook in August after the draft dust settles and the cap situation becomes clearer. That's the hope. This team came so close in 2024, 13 wins. AFC Championship appearance, a defense that battled injuries and still kept us alive, a QB who should have won MVP. Now it's about getting over the hump, and part of that means keeping your top players happy and productive. James Cook is one of those guys. If he's on board for 2025 and all signs point to yes, the Bills are in a great spot to make another deep run. But what happens after that? That's the million-dollar question. Let's rewind the tape real quick. Josh Allen, our guy, our leader, our MVP, just came off the best season of his career. Not only did he dominate on the field and lead us back to the AFC Championship game, but he also walked away with the NFL's Most Valuable Player award. Yeah, that's right. Your quarterback is the best in the league. And what do you do after an MVP season? You secure the bag. And Josh did exactly that, inking a massive 6-year, $330 million extension with a jaw-dropping $250 million guaranteed. That's record-breaking, folks. This deal makes Allen not just the face of the Bills, but a cornerstone of the entire NFL. But the big W's didn't stop there, because waiting just off the field is Hailey Steinfeld, Oscar-nominated actress, pop star, and the undisputed Queen of Buffalo. And yeah, let's be honest, Bills Mafia has fully embraced her at this point. Steinfeld and Allen have been making waves this offseason, from the red carpet to international getaways. She was spotted supporting Josh during the season, braving the cold at Highmark Stadium, and now he's returning the favor. She's been busy promoting her upcoming movie Sinners, hitting the press tour hard. And who's right there with her, from NYC to Milan to Mexico? You guessed it, Josh Allen. In an interview during her movie's New York City premiere, Hailey was asked about a Super Bowl prediction for next season. And without hesitation, she said, "The Bills," and when asked why, her answer, "Look who's at the helm. I mean, mic drop. She knows. We know. The league knows. When Josh Allen's locked in, this team is dangerous." Now let's talk wedding bells. We already know Josh and Hailey are planning a spring wedding. Details still under wraps. But one thing's for sure, it's going to be the most talked about ceremony in Western New York history. No exact date has been publicly confirmed, but all signs point to the couple tying the knot before the 2025 season kicks off. And knowing how private Allen is about his personal life, don't be surprised if it's a small family-focused affair with a high-end twist. But wait, there's more. This week, Hailey teased something big on social media. She wrote, and I quote, "This one's taking a little longer than expected. See you Friday for our regularly scheduled programming and a very special announcement." So naturally, the internet lost its mind. What could be more special than an MVP season, a mega contract, and a wedding on the horizon? Well, maybe a return to the music charts. For those who may not know, Hailey isn't just an actress, she's also a legit recording artist. She's dropped certified hits like Starvin', Love Myself, and Wrong Direction. So yeah, she's got range. Given the timing of her post and the way she teased it, fans are speculating a brand new music release, possibly tied into her film Sinners, or even a full album rollout. And let's be honest, can you imagine the power couple moment if Josh's wedding and her album drop happened the same week? Bills Mafia wouldn't know what to do with themselves. But while we're caught up in the glitz and glamour, don't forget, there's still football to be played. Josh Allen's got a wedding, an MVP award, and more money than most of us will ever dream of. But don't let the offseason headlines fool you. He's not taking his foot off the gas. This guy is laser focused on getting the Bills back to the Super Bowl. And with a reshaped offense, a reloaded defense, and 10 picks in the upcoming NFL draft, Brandon Beane is giving Josh every tool he needs to finish the job. And for those wondering if the spotlight will distract him, not a chance. In his own words, Allen said recently, "Honestly, doing whatever my fiance wants to do right now. I'm a smart man. I get it. She was in Buffalo this past season. Whatever I can do to help out, that's what I'm going to do." That's a guy who knows how to balance life, love, and leadership. All right, Mafia, now I want to hear from you. What do you think about the James Cook situation? Should the Bills pay him now? Wait until after the draft? Or are you okay letting him walk after 2025? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk about it. And hey, don't forget to smash that like button if you got value from this video. and subscribe if you haven't already. We've got tons more Bills content coming your way as we head into draft season. I'll be breaking down every pick, every rumor, and every move that gets us closer to that Super Bowl. Let's go Buffalo. Until next time, stay strong, stay loyal, and as always, go Bills.